It's absolutely raining. Is this not gorgeous? Beautiful. Be perfect for a party. I see wall outlets too. They also have this beautiful fireplace here. I mean, imagine having your wedding out here. How cool would that be? I think it would be a perfect spot for a wedding. Look at the rain. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. Yeah, wouldn't this be beautiful for a wedding? Fireplace over there. Just imagine, like, I don't know, like flowers hanging off the rafters. Like, I used to do wedding coordination. So we would put flowers up here on these rafters with lights going all the way around. Flowers on the rafters with lights, you know. Table settings with tablecloths. Somehow make that look more presentable for a wedding. You can add an arch. You could do so many things over there. Put pictures on the wall of the married couple, whatever you want to do. But imagine a fire going in like fall, September. Even this month, it's chilly right now. It feels about like 65 degrees out here. Even if it was raining, it would still be beautiful. I mean, clearly, look how it's raining. Oh, this was a 0% chance of rain, by the way. 0% chance. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna buy me one of them fancy $1 million radars. And I'm gonna start giving my own weather report. I'm so excited. I got food. So I had to go to the sheriff's department. Yeah. Let's see. What's going on with my phone? Is it messing up? I don't know if I have service out here. So if I don't have service, then I'm gonna have to switch to the other phone. I got stuff. I got stuff for Walmart. For the bike. I have food. I haven't eaten today because I've been so busy. Oh, God, this rain. 0% chance of rain. My foot. Oh. Y'all. Tell me why, like, I really did not want to have to go in there this morning to that sheriff's office. And, like, standing in front of the magistrate, I realized that, like, I don't know, man. People put me in a bad position. You know, this guy that's been stalking me, he's been stalking me for 2 months. I did not realize it's been 2 months. It has, since the middle of June. Over 50 to 70 different contacts this person has stalked me. That's how many times he's stalked me. 50 to 70 times in 2 months. In 2 months. The last thing I wanted to do was what I had to do this morning. It puts me in a bad position because I understand the long-term implications of becoming a felon. And I really don't want other people to be out here in my shoes. And that's what happens when you become a felon. You become homeless. You can't get a job. Nobody will rent to you. The fact that modern society does not know this is really sad. But this is why I continue to talk about it, to spread the truth about these situations. Becoming a felon is essentially a death sentence to your future. Okay? Nowhere hires felons anymore. Nowhere. Places like UPS, the total out of all of their employees, they might, out of all of their tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of employees, the felons that they have on payroll are probably comprised of less than 1% of their entire staff. So what? You hired one felon? Yeah, they hire felons. And I'm a violent offender, so it changes things. But I understand what this does to somebody's life. you know, and even misdemeanor charges. I understand. And so these people that are out here behaving this way, they're putting themselves in a bad position, and me. You know, I have a conscience. And even though this person has wronged me, in the back of my head, oh God, is that a cop or is that a fake cop? In the back of my head, oh, that's a real cop, I think. Yeah, that's a real cop. Hello. In the back of my head, it makes me feel guilty. And I have nothing to feel guilty about. I have nothing to feel guilty about. I didn't do this to me. He did this to me. He stalked me. He made up a parasocial relationship in his head. But it goes to show how good of a person I am. Because how much did it take? 50, 70 times of this person stalking me before I went and took action. I really thought, because he watches my channel, that's how he knows who I am. That's how he knows where to find me. He watches my channel, and then he comes and finds me in town, and he circles me like a vulture for hours. There are days that we have caught on camera over 7, 8 interactions in a day. In a day. The magistrate told me that if I see him again, to immediately call law enforcement. Every time I see him, I am to call the law. He said, well, what do you think he's trying to do? I said, he's trying to fucking incite fear. I said, but little does he know, or maybe he does, I'm a felon myself, a violent offender. He ain't very smart. I got eggs and bacon. This came from the airport. We have a little diner here. They only take cash. Don't find out the hard way, honey. Welcome to the South. Small town, mom and pops. They only take cash. I went in there one morning. I think I was hungover. And I forgot. They didn't take card. I was so mad. Of course I'm going to be mad at them, you know. I mean, legitimately, it is 2025. Come on, man. But if that's why they want to operate business, that's my fault. It was my fault. I forgot cash. But I told her today, I said, I got cash today. Oh, man. Yeah, it did. It made me feel some type of way. Because I have a conscience, you know. I thought by saying this person's name that they would leave me alone. And that actually worked for what, like a week? Remember? He just went missing. We didn't see him. That was because I called him out online and he got scared. Well, he should have took that hint and ran with it, honey. But his ass is so stupid. He wanted to then start stalking me, and yesterday, wanted to start stalking me again. And then yesterday, I'm sitting on the Lord's porch, some random church that I love. I love their butterfly garden. And he had done circled me 3 times. I love in this video that you can see it's him. He done circled me 3 times, then he pulls up trying to talk to me. And at this point, I'm just filming how close he is to me because I know his MO. He's not going to get out of the car. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy. I just want to be left alone. Is that too much to ask? I have never in my life met somebody that tells everybody, leave me alone, leave me alone. And more people, what is it about not wanting to be part of society, then society wants you to be part of it? It's like I found peace and solitude on my own because I couldn't find it in society. And then here comes along society trying to pull me back into Satan's lair with all their bullshit and toxicity. I've never met anyone that's like, please leave me alone. And then 15 people are in her face. These people have lost their minds, y'all. I think they're all on drugs. I do. Something. I thought no meant no. And go meant go. No, go. You know, that's what I say every time. No, go. Like, yeah. Yeah, the moment that I started, I was like, I don't want to say I feel guilty. I don't want to say that. It's something else. It's like, I guess I was more like kind of pissed. Like, why wouldn't this person just leave me alone? Why couldn't they just leave me alone? Like, why did I have to take it this far? Like, I mean, because I clearly have to. Why did they take it this far? Why are they doing this to me? Making me take legal action. You know, I am literally fucking homeless. I ain't got time to be going back and forth to court, but it looks like that's what I'm about to be doing. And here's the thing. And he has a record. Unfortunately, the prison system, they ain't got no room. A lot of these types of offenders, they'll put on probation. So, hopefully he won't see any prison time, but if he does, it's his own damn fault. He deserves everything that's coming to him. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The magistrate said, what do you think he's trying to do? I said, I think he's trying to incite fear and scare me because I talk about mental health, my mental health struggles online. I said, he's aware that I have PTSD and he's trying to trigger me. He's looking for a reaction. He wants any attention is better than none. And that's when he told me, he said, well, if he pulls up on you again or comes near you, when you see him, you need to call the law immediately. And then he told me about his lovely daughter that lives at the beach. I said, I actually gear women towards self-defense on my channel. I said, and that's when he told me about his daughter. He was like, I got a lovely daughter. He's like, I miss her awful. She don't visit enough. Girl, if you don't go see your daddy, I'm going to drive to the beach and kidnap you just to bring you back home to see your daddy. Your daddy misses you, girl. I don't know who you are, but your daddy, he loves you. You are blessed, girl. Be grateful you got a good daddy. He's like, I always tell my daughter to stay safe and pay attention. I'm like, I tell everybody the same, man and woman. Hell, there was another guy that was sexually assaulted on a train a few weeks ago. A man. I mean, women and men, when it comes to sexual assault, it's just as bad. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is it's very shocking to see a man overpowered and then assaulted. It really goes to show how depraved these people are becoming. They have no limits. Like, you know, women, children, men. Like, it's a scary world. And the magistrates seem to understand that, and I'm grateful. I was a mess walking in there. Because the last time I went there, they arrested me for crimes I didn't do. That's the one and only time I've ever been in that courthouse. I was arrested for crimes I didn't commit from the Planet Fitness thing. So I had to go in exactly where I had to make bond. I was like, ain't this some shit? You know, I recorded something. I was like, the last time I was here, I was wrongfully. I did. I swear to God. I was like, the last time I was at this courthouse, I was pleading my innocence. I was wrongfully arrested of crimes I did not commit. And then I'm talking about having to go in there this morning, you know. And I'm like, this is tearing my nerves up. I don't want to deal with these people. Like, yeah. Popped out. I was like, well, the last time we were here, we were wrongfully incarcerated for crimes we didn't commit. Let's go in here and see if we can get some help. Oh, God. It's comical because the help part. No, and he did help me. So, yay. Thank God. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. I fixed this. Yeah. These eggs are good. I don't know what he put on them. Oh, yeah, Joshua, he's definitely been a weirdo. You know, it's sad when I'm on live and that fucker will go rolling behind me, driving by, and my own followers are like, oh my God, he just passed by. They ain't even out here with me. And they're like, oh my God, Brooke, there he is again. Like, that's mind blowing. It's like, Jesus Christ, I didn't even see him. My own followers saw him in the background of my video. Crazy. People are weird. People are weird. I think when these types of perpetrators find a victim online and then find her in person, I think it should fall under cyber stalking. And I think it should be a felony. I changed my mind. I think it should be a felony. And they should be on a registry, just like the sex offender registry. Why do we not have one of those for stalkers? Dangerous offenders that, like, have multiple charges for peeping, multiple charges for rape, multiple charges for trying to kidnap some poor lady from Walmart. Why don't we have... Well, it's the sex offender registry, but stalkers should go on that registry. That's what it is. Stalking is a sex crime. But what I'm saying is like this loser, he found me on the internet. Never met him, don't know him. He saw that I guess I lived in this area. Hey, April. Good morning. When they find their victims off the internet, I feel like it should be considered cyber stalking because they initially found the victim on the internet. And it gives more context to the crime. Stalking could be anybody, but saying cyber stalking, it shows you that they found the victim on the internet. Shit needs to change. Listen, I'm no lawyer. I just know that shit needs to change because the system that they have set up now was built before the World Wide Web. And even though they have cyber stalking charges, that shit's hard to prove in court. Extremely hard to prove in court. And probably expensive too because they're going to have to spend hours researching the trail of the cyber stalking, you know? I don't know. I just know shit needs to change. I don't know in what context. I'm just talking out loud like I always do, but like, yeah, shit needs to change. To better protect women and anybody that's on the internet. I'm sure, you know, every right-wing conservative that I know, they get death threats just like I do, you know? I got half an email full of nothing but death threats. Yeah, we all go through this. I just think that a lot of people keep it to themselves, you know? One of my favorite commentators, I've actually seen what she went through, Blair White. She went to some event, downtown area of her, I think her local city or whatever. And she was literally standing on the corner talking to her boyfriend, Joey, when some piece of crap walked by and threw a whole drink in her face. They initially did not know what it was. And then Joey says, I think it's alcohol. He's like smelling Blair. And Blair's got, it was red wine, I do believe. Blair's got this stuff just running down her face. It's all in her eyes. She's literally like snotting and freaking eyes running and eyes burning from the wine that was just thrown on her. That's not the only time she's been physically attacked. There's been several times that Blair has been physically attacked by people who simply didn't agree with what she had to say. It's crazy. So it's one of the reasons I started, I think one of the first videos I ever saw by Blair White, she had like fingernails ripped off. Some crazy person that did not know her attacked her. And then I found out she was trans. And of course, that's what her whole channel was about. But Blair is a normal trans. Like, she's not one of the crazy wokists. Y'all know. I have so much respect for her. I was watching a podcast with the conservative twins this morning and she was talking about growing up in a damn cult. You know, I think a lot of us really had some very unnatural upbringings, but you know, is it always been like this? I mean, boomers, please jump in. Anybody that's older than me. Did you grow up and realize that your parents fucked you up? Sorry. Messed you up? I'm so sorry. Somebody tried to call me. I don't even know who has that number. Oh, the sheriff's department. I don't give my phone number out. They'd be like, will you put your phone number in? I'm like, hell no. You ain't sending me no text, blowing me up, talking about something. We're here to contact you about you need to buy a new extended warranty for your car you don't even own anymore. I ain't trying to hear. And remember when my phone number was like doxed online last year? No. I'm not handing my phone number out after that. My email address, my phone number, my address, everything was doxed online. Like, I've been through absolute hell. So let's see what I got at Walmart. Lord, I got this to see if it'll go on the bike. I got two different ones. I got this because that's the one that we had before that I would use as a phone holder. I'd put my phone in there and then I could rotate it on the bike. Oh. And this is the one that I had up in the truck that like wrapped around the thing. I don't know where it is. I had to go this morning. You know what time I woke up? 4:30. I was literally at my storage shed before the sun came up. What is all this extra stuff? Yeah, I was out and about before the sun came up, so I'm already tired. Had a lot of stuff to do. Go to the storage shed, get my passport. What is today's date? So I bought these items on August 11th? Yes. 2025. Let's see how long they last. I already know how long. 4 weeks tops. Do you know how many of these I've bought in the past 2 years? A dozen? They don't make anything worth a damn anymore. Yeah, I've bought this particular one 3 times. I don't understand how it's 2025 and we don't have good options out here for... I mean, this is literally all I could find. Where's the bike? Yo, it's cold. It says that it feels like 77 degrees. That's a lie. They are lying. My kneecaps are cold. No, it's a little chilly. It ain't bad. It's probably about 72, 73. Like the real temperature. Not like feels like, but like the real temperature. You see this? Here, I'm going to put you over here. I just hope that my service doesn't get spotty. That's another thing. That's why I had to get my passport, because I need to find a new banking facility. I'm wondering. Damn. This is the problem. Where am I supposed to... Let's try this. Hold on, let me think. Oh, God. It's gonna move. See? Why do they make... I'm gonna have to put it exactly where I want it positioned, because otherwise it's gonna spin. see if I can do this now. This one, yeah, that's gonna be like. Come on, up. Damn it. I don't know if that's gonna work, y'all. I'm so fucking frustrated that you can't find nothing online. There's nothing in the store. There ought to be something that has a clip that I can clip to the side of this basket to hold my phone. There's not. I've looked. I've scoured for 4 weeks now. There's nothing like what I need. And I don't think that this is going to work. I really don't. I just, look how it's moving. How is that going to be beneficial? You ain't going to be able to see me. Everything's going to be moving. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to... I really need a pole right here, about a half a foot tall, with my camera right there. I mean, you know, there's literally stuff to mount it to if I could make something, but that's impossible. And, you know, if I had a home, oh, honey, I'd have me a big-ass PVC pipe with a damn... I would have done redneck rig some shit up. Do you hear me? I'm sick of buying shit that don't work. How much was it? I'm glad you asked. $35. $35. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on today, but everybody's on my freaking phone. I'm about to literally block everybody. I don't never get phone calls. And then today I done had like 4. My phone never rings. Do you hear me? I have it that way for a reason. I'm just going to put this back where I had it. I bet you this thing I bet you money it costs less than $1 to make this. I bet you. I bet you. I mean, it's literally falling apart in my damn hands. Ah! I'm so sick of this world. I'm so sick of this world. Ah! It's a frog, I think. There's literally nowhere else to mount that to. Alright, well that one's on there. Jeez Louise, why does stuff... I mean, you know, honestly, if this is not going to stay strapped, then I might as well just take it back. But I don't technically have a right to do that now, so... Let me try again. There's literally nowhere to put it. These legs won't go down in there. There's nothing for it to strap to. I'm going to stop before I get angry. Shit's literally falling apart. I'm so sick of having to spend my money on shit that don't work. I should have bought this one time, and it should have lasted me at least 10 years. Am I going to be able to get... How did they have all this stuff in here? Oh, God. Oh, my God. I give up. I give up. I just want to scream. Oh, God. Some old white pervert. All the windows down. He's got his head hanging out the window, staring right at me. Lord. I mean, I'm never safe anywhere. I'm never safe anywhere. Is it me? I don't think it is. I think it's porn. Oh, God. How much you want to bet he's going to try to talk to me? Where'd he go? There he is. Let's see what happens. Think I should leave my knife out as a warning to leave me the fuck alone? Maybe he'll go off to the woods and mind his business. I hope so. I just know when they look like that, you can see the lust in their eyes, the inquisitiveness. Who's that? What's that girl doing? You know, when they act like that, you just know that you're going to have a problem, you know? Yep, he's walking right over to me. Hey, King, thank you for that. I know, ain't he? Yeah, that knife is my best friend. I'm glad you asked. It's called voyeurism. They just want to look. They just want to be in your fucking face. They're incapable of controlling themselves. They just got to get near you. It makes them happy just to get near you because they're fucking creeps. They have zero respect for other people, zero respect for personal space, zero respect for fucking COVID. Did we learn nothing? Did we learn nothing from COVID? You know, about spreading out? Here, let me give you a gander of this is it 400 or 600 acres here? I can't quite remember, but this is a 400-acre fucking park. Ladies, pay attention. This is how you keep yourself safe, okay? Probably another fucking loser. Then saw me off the fucking internet, saw exactly where I was, and come to get a fucking reaction. This is what they do. This is what they've done for 2 years. I have over 100 incidents on camera. You are not allowed to come here and run your mouth when you're dumber than that guy, okay? And he's pretty dumb. He's pretty dumb. He's out here messing with a double felon who stabbed somebody, okay? He's pretty stupid. Ladies, if you were in a public place like this and you were by yourself and you just go through what I went through, that pervert is absolutely creeping on you. This is what is considered voyeurism, and these problems are going to get worse. Men are so lonely and desperate that they feel like women are entitled to give over their attention to them. And so they'll see some random girl out here minding her business, and they want attention from a pretty girl. So they just go to talk to the girl. We don't negotiate with terrorists. We don't talk to strangers. Do you understand? It's up to you to keep yourself safe. And as you can see, these fuckers that I have to deal with on a daily basis, they have no respect for themselves or anyone else that they come in contact with. We don't negotiate with terrorists. Any voyeur is considered a terrorist. Do I need to explain anything else? The only reason he's here is because I'm here. What do you not understand? I got 2 of those. I find it interesting that he couldn't even control himself. He had to come directly to me to speak to me. Did you see that? And I predicted all of that. Roll it back. How did I know? I'd say probably over 100 instances in 2 years. It's okay. We'll circle back to it one day. I hate this. This knife is dull. Almost cut my finger off with it about 3 years ago, and it ain't never worked the same since. I had to get 7 stitches. My whole finger was laid open, bro. The tip of it's bent. Laid my shit right open. It was so bad. I kept tying it up even more, thinking that the bleeding would stop. And then I bleed through like a whole wife beater. And I was like, oh God, I think I need to go get stitches. First, it was a shoestring. I was trying to tie it back together to get this bleeding to stop. And then paper towels. And that filled up within a few minutes. And then a wife beater. And then 15 minutes later, the wife beater was saturated in blood. So, like, I had to have stitches. Oh, that was great. Anyways, yeah. These things are not rocket science. This type of behavior is actually, the longer I'm out here and the more that this happens, that the better I'm able to pick up on exactly what is going on. I mean, it's really sad that people do not know the difference between right and wrong. Hypothetically, if that fucker did watch me on YouTube today and then he came out here to find me, that's stalking. Hey, we're double cupped up. We are. We're double cupped up. Yeah, people, so weird. Human behavioral patterns, basic psychology, both of those need to be taught in school. It's imperative to human survival and defense. People really do be out here acting like life is nothing but a joke. You only get one. You know, if somebody kills you, like, you can't come back and start over. This is not a video game. Maybe I care more because I've already died. I've died like half a dozen times. So, officially, like, not breathing, no pulse, fingernails blue, lips blue, dead on arrival. So, maybe that's why I have a bigger appreciation for safety in life than other people do, because I've actually already died and then, you know, they brought me back. So, yeah, my 9 lives are running out. I don't have time for these games. I've already had to deal with the police today over one incident. I'm going to make sure everybody that gives me the creeps, I'm going to put them on camera. I'm not doing this anymore. You're not. Yeah, I'm not going through this anymore, you know? If you want to call me crazy, That's probably because you pissed me off. You were doing something perverted. People are insane out here, y'all. They truly are. I'm glad that this other guy's coming, or this other people's pulling up. Hey, Kimberly. Music from Cat. Hey. Yeah, it is creepy, you know. And then people want to try to come on here and gaslight me. First of all, I spent over 2 years looking for work, 47,000 job applications. That's a real number. And I have proof of that. And one day I'll release that. I can't wait to make a video that's about 15 minutes long explaining the absolute hell that I went through in 2023 and 2024 looking for work. Because I have all of these receipts, all those job applications that I filled out. Yeah, there's a record of that through Indeed, Glassdoor, Snag-a-Job, Angie's List. These are all places that I was looking for work. Not to mention the dozens of staffing agencies. Not to mention walking door to door asking if they were hiring. I cannot wait to make that content in the future because of the gaslighting that I got. People say that I don't want to work. Well, now this is my job. As it just so happens, through all of that struggle of trying to find work, I was able to get monetized. So this is my job now. And I'll be damned if people are going to continue to take food off of my table. I've lost everything. The reason I don't have a car now is because people from the internet called and got me fired from my job. All of that's recorded. Not only them, people from a business, Planet Fitness, called and lied on me, and I was arrested for crimes I didn't fucking do when I was the victim of a crime. All of those small little things that other people have done to me is why I don't have a car. I've literally lost everything. And I'm not going for it anymore. You know, if you're going to come around here and be rude, you'll be blocked. If you're going to come over here and tell lies, you'll be blocked. We don't do retracted messages on this channel. Don't talk shit to my good followers. You're not taking food off my table. You want to play with me? I'll turn it on to fan funding. Sure will. I'll turn it on to fan funding. It's ridiculous. Who makes bank off of YouTube? See, this is what I'm saying. That's a fake fucking account. Bye. See, I don't play these games. This is why I can't make it in society. People come over here and they want to play games. Bye. Like I just blocked that toxic person that was trying to bait me. That's how you block people out of your life. And watch you be happier. I promise. I promise. The happiest you will ever be is in solitude by yourself. For realsies. Y'all, I wanted to talk some today about magnesium because I actually found some studies last night that were really interesting. Did you know? So magnesium is a supplement. It's you find magnesium in leafy greens, grains, pumpkin seeds. There's so many places you can find magnesium, but unfortunately, with the Western diet being what it is, we don't get a lot of magnesium. I think that experts say that approximately 69, was it 63 or 69? I think it said 70%, didn't it? 70% of Westerners are deficient in magnesium. So anyways, I was looking at this study last night because I started taking magnesium. It was when the truck got repossessed. So when was that? Two months ago? I started taking it. And I would take a pill at night before bed because it relaxes you. Magnesium glycinate is the good one that helps with period cramps. It helps with mental health, depression, anxiety, so much more. And that's what I want to talk about because it was crazy. This is crazy. So this is a clinical study. Jesus Christ, Brooke. This is a study that they did on the relationship between high levels or normal levels of magnesium and stability and mental health problems. So what these studies have found is that patients that have higher levels of magnesium are able to better control their mental health symptoms such as depression, anxiety, even things such as obsessive compulsive disorder, schizophrenia. It's crazy. So, and the reason this study was done, and I'm so happy about this study gave me so much hope. This study started in 2010 and it was conducted until 2020. Y'all know that we stopped medical research around 2009. Anything that's came out since 2009 is buffoonery. It's the studies are now done to build a picture for Big Farm. So I don't know how to say this. Did that say that she lives with her abuser? If you know that, then if you think that and know that, then why are you trying to harm me more? I'm so glad I saw that. Can we talk about that? That goes to prove that that these stalkers are intentionally trying to do whatever they can to harm me. People are insane. I slept on concrete last night. Anyways, magnesium. So, there's multiple. This study was done and it was performed proficiently. We don't see this a lot in these studies, in these analysis when they do these test trials and stuff. They actually doctor documents so that Big Farm can take over and they can make more money. I don't know how to put into words what I'm quite trying to say, but essentially they will lie in these studies to formulate a plan for Big Farm to sell us medicine. They have been lying in these studies for decades. This study is amazing. The reason that they did this study was to find an alternative to SSRIs. Listen to what I'm telling you right now. This is revolutionary. This is a holistic approach to medicine with natural things as opposed to Big Farm. So the fact that this study was even done, the fact that it was started in 2010 is why it was completed. If it would have started around 2020, we would never have this. If it would have started in 2000, I'm actually surprised. 2010 is when it started. If this would have started in 2017, we wouldn't even have the results from this. So let's talk about it. So this was through I think it was the National Medicine. We've used them before. We've talked about them before. Hey, Miss GT, where you been? You okay? Listen, y'all be worried about me. Some of y'all I'll be worried about. I'll be like, damn, I ain't seen that girl in like a week. Hey, Miss GT, welcome back. Hey, Brandy. Yeah, and it's none of their business anyways. That's what I'm saying. Like, people really try to make you feel bad about having access to a fridge and a washing machine when you don't even have a home or a car or... I started to say a job. I got a job. I need to change the way I think about things as well. Hey, Flutterby. Yeah, I was on vacation. I hope you had a good time. Please share where you went and what you did. I'm nosy. I don't get vacations no more. Or actually, every day's a vacation because I'm out here in these streets. Glass half full, glass half empty. I'm glad to see you. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, well, hope she's okay. So, yeah, magnesium is an essential vitamin mineral that the body needs to function for brain health and for body health. Whew, I was reading this last night. I'm going to try to do my best. I'm getting hot. Probably talking. You ever talk so much you overheat? I'm like the little engine that can. It's funny. Because it's true. So several studies have shown magnesium's usefulness in neurological and psychiatric diseases. This is huge. First of all, for them to come out and admit that they had a study that showed positive mental health improvement from a macro. That's technically what that is. What macros are when we talk about diet is the micronutrients. So your iron, your trans fats, your potassium, that's what macros are, right? Magnesium is one of those. It's a naturally occurring mineral in leafy greens and vegetables. Leafy greens and grains, but also, they can formulate it too. They can formulate it too in a lab. Most of the stuff you buy in the stores is going to be formulated. For them to admit that it can help with mental health disorders is huge, is my point. It's huge. It goes against everything that Big Farm stands for and our government and doctors and the medical industry. The fact that this was even released literally gives me chill bumps. It's revolutionary. So furthermore, it seems that magnesium levels are lowered in the course of several mental disorders, especially depression. So this is saying that during this study, you know, that magnesium levels, when they're low, they are responsible for a patient being depressed. This goes back to our diet not being proper, because if people were getting the proper diet of leafy greens, quinta, salmon, all of those things which have magnesium, if they were getting those things, then they wouldn't be magnesium deficient. But people live on Wendy's and Panda Express and whatever they can make at home real quick, 30 minutes before they got to go to bed, 30 minutes after they got home, you know? This is great. This literally makes me this gives me so much hope for the medical industry. So it says that lowered levels of magnesium also affect several mental disorders and also directly depression. Objectives. In this study, we wish to evaluate the presence of the relationship between the levels of magnesium and the presence of psychiatric pathology, as well as the effectiveness of magnesium as a therapeutic supplementation. A systematic set of scientific records concerning magnesium and psychiatric disorders published from 2010 up until March of 2020 was performed. We collected a total of all of these articles, some of which, listen, this is what, so they gave patients that had, this is how they conducted the study. They gave patients that had depressive disorder. We've talked about this before. We talked about major depressive disorder a few weeks ago. It's DD in the DSM. 4 different anxiety disorders, which is AD. 4 ADHD disorders, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. They also gave the magnesium to people that were on the autism spectrum, obsessive compulsive disorder, and schizophrenia, and eating disorders. So as you can see, this study took on multiple different types of mental health disorders when conducting this study with magnesium. That in itself is also huge, because it's not like it just worked for depression, it worked for the majority. So it's crazy. I really think that food and diet is the reason that mental health problems have gotten so significantly bad. I really do. And then learning about these studies, it's just proof. It's just proof. So that's how they conducted the study with all of those people that have those different mental health disorders. They gave them magnesium, mainly positive results in the depressive symptoms of the patients that had DD, depressive disorder. Hold on one second. I got stuff in my teeth. 2 papers reported improved depressive symptoms after magnesium intake, 2 in association with antidepressants compared to controls. I have something in my teeth. I don't think those guys, I'm sorry, side note, those guys that be randomly running up on me at the park, I don't think they know my channel, y'all, because if they did, I don't think they'd be running up on me. I don't. I think they're just lonely old men that just want a little bit of attention, and they see a pretty girl, and they think this face is the girl next door. And then they get Jason from Friday the 13th. Anyways, let's see here. So here's the thing. I've read 2 different reports. In this study that's current, they said that they noticed no difference in serum levels and panic and or generalized anxiety disorder. That's another one that they had in this study, was people with anxiety. However, I have another study that completely contradicts that one, and that study is actually out of China. And I believe the other study over this one because it came from China. Seriously, I'll read that at the end, but it said in this study they did not notice any distinction with magnesium and generalized anxiety disorder. It did not help it in this study. So in 2 papers, a reduced Hamilton Anxiety Rating Scale, a HAM-A scale, score in depressed patients correlated with higher levels of magnesium, and beneficial levels of magnesium in stress patients was found. So it doesn't appear that magnesium has anything to do, which is crazy, because I take magnesium for stress, but it says that beneficial levels of magnesium in stress patients was found. So it sounds like the magnesium wasn't helping them with the stress, which is kind of one of the things that it's supposed to do, because it mellows you out at night. But I don't know if, good morning. Oh, thank you, Janie. Yeah, it's very interesting. Dr. Berg, yes. I really think that it's the most underrated, like, mineral supplement. Apparently, like, 70% of us should be on it. So it looks like one of the papers showed lower levels of magnesium in ASD. What was that? That was autism spectrum disorder. So there was positive mood changes, even in people with autism, when they uptaked their magnesium intake. Like they took more magnesium. 2 papers reported low levels of magnesiums in association with ADHD. So the ED, eaten patients, and the schizophrenic patients, they reported a variation of magnesium levels in some aspects of the disease. Hold on one second. Oh, that's it? You just gonna cut me off on that? Yeah, that's all they had to say. Okay, here we go. From the available evidence, it emerged that supplementation with magnesium could be beneficial. Therefore, it is necessary to design clinical trials to evaluate the efficiency of magnesium alone or together with other drugs such as antidepressants in order to establish the correct use of its citation with potential therapeutic, y'all, sorry, my screenshots, therapeutic effects. Psychiatric disorders are estimated to affect more than 1 billion people worldwide. You know, when I read that, I was like, oh, that's why the world's gone crazy. We all literally out here, we all got mental health problems. 1 billion. How many billions of people are there? Like 6? 7 billion? You telling me like 1 out of every 5 people you meet is got a mental health problem? I mean, 1 billion people. So, the therapeutic options for treating psychiatric disorders are progressively expanding with both pharmacological, I try so hard, and non-pharmacological, listen, with big pharm and without big pharm. That's what that means. How can I can't say it, but I know what it means. And recent reports claim the, so pretty much, it's expanding, both big pharma and not. Treatments becoming available in recent years. Moreover, I got to get better at taking screenshots. Ow. They said that it costs the globe $2.5 trillion US dollars. The economic cost of mental disorders are estimated to be $2.5 trillion US dollars. I guess it doesn't say if that, it says global, but that's in the sentence before. So that might be globally, I don't know. So essentially the reason this study was done was in an effort to find non-pharmaceutical drugs, you know, something that was more a holistic approach to medicine. I'm not saying, y'all know what I mean, more natural. And it's talking about Moreover, although the majority of drugs currently used to treat the more common psychiatric disorders have been proven to be effective by recent robust meta-analysis, most of the psychiatric pharmacotherapy must be continued for years or even lifelong. So this is saying that even with the mental health drugs, these patients are going to be on medicine probably for the rest of their life. And that's kind of the problem. It's not cost efficient. And we're going to talk about that in a minute because it mentions that in this study. But yeah, I think that it's awesome that we would look to something, a $30 supplement over a $300 prescription. And magnesium is over the counter. You can just walk into the store and buy that. Oh, and another thing, those mental health drugs, they have to change those patients' mental health drugs it just depends. It can be every 6 weeks to every 6 years. But one thing's for sure, most of them spiral and then crash out and then have to have a medication change. How awesome would it be if they could just take magnesium? I'm telling you, it's helped me so much. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous how much it's helped me. I'll take it for the rest of my life. So it says that the problem with these pharmaceutical drugs is that they have to be continued for years, and they also have long-term side effects. Furthermore, the last decade has seen a steep increase in the price of both brand and generic psychiatric prescription drugs, and therefore there is a greater need for new therapeutic options that prove to be effective, safe, and affordable for the patient and the healthcare system. Do I think that they'll use this information and apply it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They'd rather put them on SSRIs and some mood stabilizers, and this is why I'm talking about it. And this is why we'll probably come back to it, because there'll be another study next year that has even more health benefits, and I'm going to be like, listen, it's even better. We'll probably cover it for the rest of my life because it's really awesome, and it's kind of crazy. So it's definitely helped me with my anxiety. It's helped me sleep. My stomach issues are not as bad. For some reason, it helps with the GI tract for me. Also, it can help regulate sleep, appetite, my nerves. I'm not like as high strung as I was like 2-3 months ago. But also, you have to remember at the same time that I'm like actually homeless and constantly going through new trauma. So like, it's hard. It's hard. Yeah, I've had many. I guess the main thing is my clarity. Y'all see how I'm even reading better? Well, maybe not today. I was last night. I proofread all of that last night to learn those words, and then today I get on here and I can't read. Last night I was reading better. I was kind of crazy. I was like, I read, all of that really quickly. And I used to be able to do that when I was a kid. I'm a quick reader, but I don't comprehend, so I have to go back and read. But last night I was able to read and comprehend. That's a huge one. That's something that I've been able to do for the past month and a half now that I haven't been able to do in years, is to read and comprehend. I usually read, and then my dyslexia mixed the word. I get on here and I read y'all's messages backwards. Y'all seen me do that, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. Yeah, the magnesium is great. I want to find that study from China, though, because that was really... So oral nutritional supplements, magnesium supplements, have been shown to improve clinical outcomes of hospitalized patients and to be cost-effective interventions. In recent years, there's been a surge in the number of studies performed in the field of the so-called nutritional psychiatry. Yeah, listen, I need to go do some digging on that, but if that's going towards a more holistic approach to medicine, then that's the way that we need to lean. It sounds nutritional psychiatry. It sounds like food and diet, right? Nutritional. Sounds like we need to look more into that. Where researchers have been focusing not only on the effects of general dietary modifications on some psychiatric illnesses, in particular mood disorders, but also on the potential role of supplementation of a single micronutrients in patients with mental disorders. So going back to macros, your micronutrients, if you are deficient in, let's say, in iron, you're going to be cold all the time. You're going to be, what is that, anemic? Magnesium. If you don't have magnesium, your brain and your body is not going to function like it's supposed to. You also won't be able to relax or maybe sleep that well or maybe have bad eating habits. You need your micronutrients, your vitamin A, your vitamin Bs, and there's multiple vitamin Bs, vitamin C, you need zinc, iron, potassium. All of these things are what make the body function. And not only that, your gut is actually responsible for making 40% of the dopamine in your brain. So when your gut is not working properly, your happy chemicals are not firing off like they're supposed to. If you're eating high processed food, sugar, your gut is not running at optimal production. You're poisoning your system, and so you're not getting the micronutrients, and it causes mental health problems. And I guess nutritional psychiatry is what that's leaning into, food and diet and mental health services, and I think that that's amazing. We need to lean into that. We don't need all these people on mental health drugs. I mean, sure, if they have something severe, but when it comes to depression and anxiety and stress and insomnia, this pill is an easy fix in comparison to medications that are expensive, in my opinion. The most substantial piece of evidence on the efficiency of these interventions are probably those coming from the 3 polyunsaturated fatty acids. And this is supplementation in depression, which within a few years will likely become part of the standard therapy for depression. So what this is saying, is that fat people are miserable because they're fat. Hear me out. Polyunsaturated fatty acids. They're saying that it has a direct link to depression, which in a few years will likely become part of the standard therapy for depression. Infancy of these interventions will probably... Hold on one second. Where's my other... Hold on. I want to fact check myself because I'm confused. Are they saying that the polysaturated fatty acids is what is causing the depression, and in a few years will likely become part of the standard therapy for depression? Are they saying that obesity... I'm pretty sure that's what they're saying. I'm pretty sure that they're saying that in order to treat patients that are depressed, riddled with anxiety, got eczema, all of these health problems going on, mental health problems mainly, to treat them properly, we would have to focus on diet. I'm pretty sure that's what it's saying, but if you grow your own... Flutterby, you ain't lying. The fruits and vegetables ain't even fruits and vegetables. The strawberries don't taste like strawberries. The watermelon don't taste like watermelon. Oh, hey, Project Piper. What is it called? Microbiome. Sorry, I was trying to take a screenshot. I hit the wrong button. Oh, Adrian, I hope you're doing well. I'm glad to see you today. Thank you so much. Who am I zip tying? Zip ties? Sorry, I see magnesium. Zip ties. Kim said, can you use zip ties? Oh, to keep my mental health intact? I don't know. You're talking about the bike. I don't know. I honestly, maybe I need to get in contact with one of these phone case companies and be like, hey, I got a great idea. Seriously. Oh, God. Happy birthday. I can't sing. Not this morning, but happy birthday. I hope it's really your birthday. The big 21. How do you feel about being 21, Mag? You excited? So my first line of questioning is whether polyunsaturated fatty acids are bad, because I'm pretty sure that they are. The wording on this is what confuses me, because I's not very smart. Here, I read it one more time. The most substantial pieces of evidence on the infancy of these interventions are probably those coming from N3 polyunsaturated fatty acids, supplementation, and depression, which in a few years will likely become part of the standard therapy for depression. Listen, I know they all smart and shit, but do they really have to sound all smart and shit? Can you not write it for us slow people? Can we have a helmet version? Because that's what I need. I need a helmet version. Polyunsaturated fats. So these are considered healthy fats. So I guess, they're talking about doing a diet switch. They're saying that they're going to make people go on a diet to help depression. That's exactly what it means. The polyunsaturated fats are going to come from avocados, almonds, the healthy fats that we need. Where else? Hold on, let me look. Let me see if they got some. So these are considered PUFAs. Polyunsaturated fats are broadly classified into the omega-3 and the omega-6 fatty acid category. Both are essential, but it's important to maintain a healthy balance between them. So omega-3s are found in fish, salmon, flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, all of the things that most humans don't eat anymore, not here in the West. Omega-6 found in plant-based oils like sunflower, corn, soybean oil, as well as nuts and seeds. Hold on, let me figure out what the polysaturated fat for depression. Let's see if they got. I'm trying to understand what their methodology would be for treating depression. I mean, maybe I'm just dumb. I think that I'm. So it seems like omega-3s and, omega-3s or the PUFAs, also EPAs and DHAs, have been extensively studied for their potential antidepressant effects. Researchers theorize that omega-3s may help regulate the mood through several mechanisms. Neuroinflammation modulation. Nailed it. Omega-3s possess anti-inflammatory properties, potentially reducing inflammation in the brain brain that has been linked to depression. So what? You would get the patient to eat as much seeds, food, fish, and see if it has a positive effect on their depression. And it seems, that's what they're saying has worked. And it says going further in the future that's what how they plan to treat depression. It says in a few years, this will likely become part of the standard therapy for depression. A diet change. Intaking more polyunsaturated fats, which are the healthy fats. So there's trans fat, you really don't want those. Fat, you really don't want that. Polyunsaturated fats, those are the healthy fats. And I'm glad that I'm learning the difference between them. I knew that trans fat and fat was bad, but I didn't know about this other micronutrient, macro, whatever you want to call it. Let's see, clinical trials. Oh, here we go. They got a study through the National Library of Medicine. So it looks like they completed a study last year on omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids in depression. Hold on one second. It says that they did this study in particular regarding the treatment of depression with omega-3s. Damn, omega-3s, it helps with neuroinflammation, neurotransmitter function, and neuroplasticity. I need to eat more omega-3s. This one said that it yielded inconsistent results. Furthermore, it has been suggested that omega-3 fatty acids may act as an adjunctive treatment for those undergoing antidepressant treatment. Nevertheless, clinical trials of omega-3 supplementation have yielded inconsistent results. That can be for a list of reasons, though. Sometimes these tests are not done properly. It's like, I don't know. That's weird, but interesting. So it looks like That's a type of diet that these doctors would just do a diet change. I mean, I'm glad that there's somebody out there leaning towards a reality check. It got this bad because of the body positivity movement. And then, like, doctors don't keep it real with their patients anymore because they need to make money off of them. They want them to get diabetes. They want them to have high blood pressure. They want them to, yes, that. Oh, I thought you were talking about the methodology. It's the way that they conduct these trials anyways. Methodology? Shit. I had court last month, you dipshit. I guess he didn't find out. Yeah, so I was wrongfully arrested for crimes I didn't commit, and it took me 9 months to get those charges dismissed. Oh, and they made me take a plea deal in order to even get them dismissed. Like the Chrisleys. The same shit they did to the Chrisleys, they did to me. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. We're going to talk about it. We're just not there yet. We're talking about something in methodology. Thank you, KCH. Oh, that's funny. It's starting to rain again. Among micronutrients, magnesium plays a crucial role in the brain function and mood since it is essential for optimal nerve transmission and it is involved in the formation of membrane phospholipids. It helps with your brain, okay? It helps with your body function. For this reason, it plays a fundamental role in the correct functioning of the central nervous system. That's why I feel better. That makes perfect sense. It even helped with patients that had addiction disorder. Patients that were addicted to drugs. They even saw improvement with an intake of more magnesium. That's crazy. Though, calcium and magnesium is essential for detox from opiates. I've talked about this before. It's literally, it will take away the restless leg syndrome and the arms hurting and the jittery. Hey, Eric. Good morning. Avocado toast and eggs. That sounds good. Yeah, that magnesium and calcium, the week prior to an opiate detox, start taking in. They have a mixed tablet at Walmart. It's half calcium, half magnesium. You would want to take that the week prior to your detox, and it will eliminate all of your RLS symptoms. And that's magnesium. That's one of the, that's why I'm talking about it. But it's crazy because now they're saying that it can be used for depression, addiction disorders, ADHD. It helps with a multitude of things, and it'll also help you physically if you're going through withdrawals. Magnesium has also been studied in both forms of enriched diet and supplementation at high doses for psychiatric disorders, in particular anxiety and mood disorders. However, results from reports on both magnesium levels and supplementation in psychiatric illnesses are often conflicting, potentially due to methodology. Listen. So, like I was saying a while ago, it's hard to get a reading on some of these studies. Magnesium is the fourth most abundant mineral ion, and the intake comes mainly from the ingestion of leafy green vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and fish. Magnesium is essential to ensure the correct functioning of all human cells, neurons included. Your brain, your neurons ain't firing in your brain unless you have enough of this in your system. You can't think. You're all discombobulated. Your ADHD is acting up. You're depressed. You can't get out the bed. You don't know where nothing is. You ain't washed clothes. Ain't washed your ass. You don't even know if you ate. Confusion, depression, anxiety. You don't even want to leave the house. You don't want to have to see nobody. That makes your anxiety worse. Speaking from experience. So it's essential to ensure that your brain is working properly, that you can process things, that your neurons are firing. You got to make sure you're firing on all cylinders. I think somebody used to say that, like my dad or my grandpa or something. Or I know Mama used to say she ain't. Oh God, what did Mama say? She ain't firing on all spark plugs. You know, like she ain't the brightest crayon in the box, the sharpest tool in the shed. Anyways, yeah, your brain really ain't working. I know mine don't. That's the biggest improvement I've had is my mental health. It's crazy. It's crazy. Why? I think I took too much yesterday, day before yesterday, because I was just floating on air yesterday. I took 3 magnesiums instead of 2, and I couldn't even walk barely. Because it has a calming effect. That's why it's great for people that have insomnia. So let's see here. So it is involved, among other processes, in hundreds of enzymatic reactions, intracellular transmission, synapses formation and maintenance, as well as the regulation of the happy chemicals. No, serotonin. No, that would be the production of serotonin. Yeah, that's the production of serotonin. So let me fact check. So are you saying with low levels that, well, that's why they would, it does. I read that. It does. It messes with your serotonin levels. Not having enough magnesium does mess with your serotonin levels. We'll get to that at the end. I forgot about that. Yes, there's a direct link between a lack of magnesium and low serotonin, which is depression, which would bring on depression. But Sergio, I think that's the production. Serotoninogenic refers to something that affects, involves, or is related to the neurotransmitter serotonin. Yeah. Okay, that's your happy chemical. Sorry, I just want to dope. So it regulates your serotonin, your dopamine, and other things that I can't speak. I'm sorry. Magnesium is therefore an element necessary to maintain neurons healthy and viable, especially because it has been shown to reduce. I am so sorry, y'all. It helps in cell production. It's saying here, I'm sorry. These studies, I'm telling you, why don't they just write stuff like for non-doctors to read? I mean, they act like you need to go to medical school to read some of this stuff. Okay, here we go. The antidepressant action of magnesium appears to be at least partially mediated by a modulation of the serotonin system. In fact, it seems that magnesium has an effect when it synergetic. How do I know what they mean, but I don't know how to tell you and I can't read the words? How can I read this and I understand it, but I can't say the words back to you or spell these words? Don't make no sense. Pretty much what it's saying is with the introduction of magnesium, it directly impacts the serotonin system of the brain, okay? And it has a positive effect. Administered with molecules of the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor SSRI class, and that the antidepressant action of magnesium is impaired when animals are pre-treated with a compound that exhibits the serotonin synthesis. This is talking about rats. This is studies they did in rats, but there is an increase in serotonin and dopamine when magnesium is given to the patient. Let's see. So all in all, it looks like they did a total of 12 studies showing mainly positive results, even though they were conducted in different population and measured symptoms with various tools. Even better. That's even a better study if we have people from all over the place. Can y'all hear that water? It hurts. Okay, so it looks like so they treated some eating disorder patients with magnesium. Hello, good morning, afternoon, tobacco. They treated some patients that had eating disorders, right? 16% of the patients showed positive outcomes from the introduction of magnesium into their diet. It helped with the eating disorder. Hold on one second. I want to see what this word is. Hypomagnesemia. It's a disorder where you are so deficient in magnesium. I'm pretty sure. Yep, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of these ED patients suffered from extreme low magnesium because of a lack of a proper diet. It's called hypomagnesemia. It's a condition characterized by low levels of magnesium in the blood. And I'm sorry. As expected, they found hypomagnesemia in approximately 16% of the patients. So most of those women, a good portion of them, were it was so bad. It was, it's not just low, like they got a whole disorder. Yeah, that's crazy. In a case control study in 2011, they found that magnesium levels were significantly lower in children with ADHD. And we all know that ADHD is also tied to food dyes and refined sugar. Yeah, I find it interesting yeah. Stuff falling out of the trees. So let's talk about this. Physical and emotional stress, a constant reality in our 24/7 society, drain the body of magnesium. In fact, studies show inverse relationships between serum cortisol, which is the stress hormone in your body, and magnesium. The higher the magnesium, the lower the cortisol. Stress robs the body of magnesium, but the body must have magnesium to respond effectively to stress. Ain't that crazy? So the higher levels of magnesium, the lower levels of cortisol, and the lower levels of magnesium, the higher levels of cortisol in your body. So you literally need magnesium to chill the hell out. Many medications, such as medications for ADHD, actually deplete magnesium. So does the intake of alcohol, caffeine, and soft drinks. Since you said that, I'm going to drink some. I'm glad that guy left. Why they got to do that? You see him every day. I just look at people like they're crazy. I'd be like, and he kind of looked at me the same way, and then he walks off. Like, what is wrong with her? I don't think he knows my channel. It was just some pervert that saw me here and thought he could get a moment of my time. I mean, who do they think I'm talking to? They think I'm talking to myself out here? Every time I be on live and then some dude pops up like, hey. Don't you see me sitting here talking? Lord have mercy. Magnesium deficiency has been cited as contributing to atherosclerosis. Listen. Hypertension, type 2 diabetes, obesity, osteoporosis, and certain types of cancer. Patients with higher magnesium levels also have healthier amounts of serotonin in the cerebral spinal fluid. And the synthesis of dopamine requires magnesium. Shut the front door. You don't say it's so. I missed that last night. So you can't even create the happy chemicals unless you have sufficient magnesium levels. And we wonder why everybody's depressed. That's crazy. I just want to read it one more time. The synthesis of dopamine requires magnesium. Cortisol. I thought I had... I guess I didn't screenshot it. I thought I had more, but that's all I was able to find last night. I must have damn thought I did more than what I did. Oh, look, a pretty bird. Oh, sleepy, y'all. You see him standing there on one leg? Yeah, you don't have to get it checked. You can just buy a supplement from the store and damn take one or two of them, whatever it says to take on the back. You're not going to feel it to the next day. I usually take magnesium at night for the next day. Take it right before bed, like after you eat or something when you're ready to go to bed, because it'll mellow you out. But God, I just wake up feeling so much more focused. I can remember where everything's at. I'm more organized. I can plan better. I think, and when I first bought it, I wasn't consistent with it. I would like take a pill and then I'd be like, oh, take a pill on Tuesday, take a pill on Thursday. And now I've gotten to the habit of, it's the first thing I think of when I wake up or when I'm going to bed. I'm like, oh, I got to find my magnesium. I got to take this magnesium. I take 2 pills. I got the magnesium glycinate from Walmart. I think it's a 300 milligram pill, which is 71 or 77% of your daily values. Don't take 3. This is why I'm the human guinea pig of the internet. Don't take 3. Yeah, glycinate. That's the one. Glycinate. No, Janie, I still take melatonin. Like, it'll mellow you. Like, if you took it, like, during the day, it'd feel like you ate an edible. You know what I mean? Like Yeah, but at night, that's what it feels like. It feels like you kind of took an edible. Like, you just feel a little more relaxed. Your body feels a little heavy. You ever had a glass of wine and then you go sit on the couch, start watching a movie, and you're just like, damn, I'm ready for bed. 1 glass will have you good and ready for bed. 2 glasses, you're ready to party. You know what I mean? Like, you ever accidentally got secondhand smoke. And he was just like, wow, it's a beautiful world. Oh, that's how magnesium glycinate will make you feel. You're like, damn, it's so beautiful. Make you want to go pick flowers out of a field or something. Like, you're like, well, the world is on fire. But I'm still here, and I'm not on fire, so everything's okay. You'll be able to handle life more on life's terms. I know, QA, and that's what I'm saying. It sucks. Like, I feel so bad for people. Like, honestly, even being homeless, I don't know. I feel bad for people. They're really freaking going through it. I can't imagine if I had my 2 kids with me right now and we were living in a home and I was going through what I was going through right now. This would be 10 times freaking worse. I'm by myself. I can handle this. But the reality is there's tons of families that are going through what I am going through. And there's going to be tons more next year. I don't know. The magnesium gets me through the day, honestly. It helps me deal with everything. I feel bad for people because I know that they're struggling. I know that they're stressed. I see how they treat me. I know what's going on. You know? I see how they treat each other. They're not happy. They're not. And then the whole internet, not the whole internet, but a good portion of my fake followers comes out here and tries to tear down a homeless woman that gets on here and tries her hardest to smile every day and see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's an evil-ass world. All my haters, please go buy some magnesium glycinate so you can go find your life and get the hell out of mine. Yeah, I see people struggling and I see how they treat each other, and that stuff stems from not having your basic needs met, okay? Food, diet, rest, cortisol levels through the roof. We all just riddled with cortisol, okay? All riddled with cortisol. We all got bills. We don't know how we're going to pay them. We all got mouths to feed. We don't, even if it's in our own, it's still $1,000 a month ahead nowadays. It's like, how many kids you got? 6? Oh, damn, I know your grocery bill, $8,000. You got 6 kids and 2 adults? Like, it's getting crazy out here, and I'm being facetious, but I'm kind of not. And things are going to get more expensive. People are stressed, and I think that people should try magnesium glycinate at night to see if it helps them, because it's helped me tremendously, and it's been one of the few things that's helped me. You know, if Xanax didn't help, and Seroquel and Depakote and, Ativan, and if all of that didn't work, maybe there's something God put here, okay? That our body clearly needs to function, that we should focus on. I like that. What did it say? It said nutritional psychiatry. Okay. Fancy pants. I didn't even know that was a line of psychiatry. What is that? Like, I mean, you know what it sounds like? You know what I hope it is? I hope it's people going in there depressed and, going through mental health problems, and I hope that it's the psychiatrist saying, hey, honey, well, you do weigh 300 pounds, so maybe if we can get that weight under control, we can get this mental health under control, because that's a fact. That's the truth. That's how we fix it. Diet, exercise, sunlight, healthy relationships, Yeah. But that's the problem. A lot of people cannot take accountability, and a lot of people are gonna, I'm surprised that it's even a line of psychiatry, because the body positivity movement. Nutritional psychiatry. Let's see how they practice this. It's an emerging field. Already big. It's already better than most psychiatric facilities or people, because what? They're not working for Big Pharma. Their objective in that study was to find an all-natural, more holistic approach, cheaper approach to medicine. So right off the gate, this nutritional psychiatry is geared in a direction to keep people away from Big Pharma and to focus on personal health, spiritual well-being, mental well-being, physical well-being, so that their mental well-being is okay. This is what I was talking about 6 months ago. Love it. I didn't even know it existed. So nutritional psychiatry is an emerging field exploring the connection between diet and mental health, recognizing that food choices can significantly impact function and mood. I'm so happy to see this. I could scream in joy. I literally have chill bumps. Oh, it makes me so happy. It suggests that dietary interventions can be valuable components in managing and preventing mental health conditions. The brain relies on a consistent supply of nutrients to function optimally, and dietary choices directly influence the brain's structure and function. Can I take a picture of this so the next person that comes to my channel trying to gaslight me, I'll just throw this up on my post. Nutrient deficiencies in certain vitamins and minerals such as vitamin B, vitamin D, zinc, or magnesium have been linked to mental health issues like depression and cognitive decline. Gut-brain connection, the gut microbiome, your gut mass influenced by diet plays a crucial role in the brain health, with many serotonin receptors located in the gut. And actually 40%, was it dopamine or serotonin? I always say dopamine, but I think it might have been serotonin. Shit. What percentage of dopamine is created in the gut? Half. It is dopamine. Here's the thing about that, though. You're not going to get proper dopamine production if you're not eating a proper diet. So it's going to make you depressed because your body's not producing dopamine and serotonin, which are happy chemicals. Ooh, healthy diets can support brain plasticity, the brain's ability to adapt to change, which is essential for learning, memory, and overall well-being. Mental well-being. It's crazy to read it because I was like, I've really been going through it for the past 2 years. That magnesium helps me tremendously. But I also haven't had access to a kitchen or a fridge, and I'm used to a whole food diet. Even when I was on drugs, I ate spinach salads, grilled chicken salads, Caesar salads. I'm used to grains, trail mixes, Yeah, and I lost all of that when I moved into a car. And that's really when my mental health started to spiral. And then I also had a PTSD episode, which, didn't help. So it looks like these people, this line of psychiatry is to gear people into a better lifestyle. Nutritional interventions are often combined with other therapies such as psychotherapy and psychopharmacology to provide a more comprehensive approach to mental health care. Hold on one second. So it looks like that this just really broke in October of 24. I'm looking at the NP journal now, and it says that, hold on one second, except, nutrition for mental health, guidance for clinical practice. So this is paperwork from December of last year. It looks like kind of like a declaration, like they're saying, hey, this is a new line of psychiatry. Because it says, this is just some kind of declaration. It's pretty much just saying this is a new lane that we're going to jump in. It looks like they announced that last year. It's kind of crazy. So it is, this is probably on par with RFK. He's been trying to get dyes banned and get fluoride out of drinking water and get America healthy again. So there are people out there working behind the scenes. I'm glad to know. Because sometimes I just be like, what is going on? What is going on? This don't even make sense. So the nutritional psychiatry is the practice of using food and food supplements as alternative treatments for mental health disorders. That's me clapping like a seal. Oh, so many people are going to be helped. Do you hear me? So many people are, it'll probably take 20 years to actually, see it expand, but it's a good start. It's an absolute good start to helping people find their happiness, their health, and secure their future. Oh, that makes me so happy. I literally sat here last year and I was like, why don't we use supplements to treat mental health patients? Remember that? Full circle moment. Full circle moment. Y'all, them eggs was good, but we got to go get some food, homie. I'm hungry. Those 2 little eggs and that bacon was not enough. Hey, darn daddy. Yo, this person is sitting over here in this car and they are talking so loud that I can hear them plumb across the parking lot. What in the world? Are you deaf? And the reason you're deaf is because you have your... Yeah, never mind. You got that damn thing up so loud. No wonder you're deaf. Lord have mercy. Food. Where are we going to eat? I mean a Spitfire, though. Y'all, that magistrate was really nice. Very helpful. I'm so grateful. I'm genuinely beyond grateful. Like, this shit's had me so stressed out. Like, I just want to... Do you know how hard it is for me to control myself? Like, I have made so many good changes. It's crazy. Like, that dude pulling up on me yesterday... I don't even want to say what be going through my mind. It's probably enough to get me damn incarcerated. All I know is that people are really out here losing their minds. Come on, man. Work. Oh my God, I forgot. Y'all, I'm sorry. I don't know where my card is. My other card. I need to pay this phone bill. It says that it was posted in my account. Monday. I don't know what's going on. I had a Verizon card that I had loaded up with money because there's my receipt, but I can't find the card. Sorry. I got so much stuff in here. Where would I have put it? I hate when I'm in a rush and I just start shoving stuff because my anxiety. And the ADHD don't help either. Let's see if I can add this. How do I do it? What the hell, man? What is going on today? I don't even know how to damn use this phone. Shit. I The pin I entered is invalid. What the fuck? Ugh! Sorry. Oh, no. No, that's the number. See, this is what I'm saying. Every, 2 months, I have a problem with this damn phone. I'm just so sick of this just buffoonery. What am I supposed to do? I don't have a fucking car. I have to work. I just went and added $70 to this to pay this damn phone bill, and now it's telling me that the pin ain't right when I just fucking... I know it is. I done did it 3 times. I'm not stupid. I mean, I am, but I'm not that stupid. I'm not, drooling on myself stupid, you know? Hold on. Yeah. It says the pin you have entered is invalid. Please contact customer service. You contact customer service, you don't get to talk to nobody. Ask me how I know. There is nobody to talk to. I'm just going to cut it off. Maybe it'll go through. I've had this problem before. It's just nonstop BS, man. The phone is still on. It's due tomorrow, but it's just the principle for me, you know? That's my main phone. That's the one that I record on all the time because these iPhones don't work. I have to use an Android to record because the iPhones they don't get service. Oh my God, I'm hungry. I gotta pee. I'm cold. I gotta get all this stuff together. I don't want to do this today. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. You think Barbie ever wanted to punch somebody? I don't think she did. That's why I'm nothing like Barbie. Oh, sorry. That was Barbie at the end of Toy Story. She's like, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye. That's where that came from. Toy Story. And it's a Barbie. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do first. Ugh. Because I got to use the bathroom, so I don't want to put those headphones in and then one of them fall in the toilet because they will. Sure will. I'll drop it right down the damn shitter. I will. And I'll have to flush it because I ain't grabbing that out. Not $11 headphone. Maybe if it was that damn $400 iPhone, yeah. Which you saw me have to dig out of a porta potty. So, you know. I don't want to have to relive that. That was horrifying. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the hell? It slipped. So I went to the rodeo and I just got a new iPhone. And I had both of them in my back pockets of my blue jeans. And I went to sit down on the toilet and that thing just flung right out my back pocket when I pulled my pants down. And now, if you've done this before, then I knew before I sat down that I needed to be careful. So I was being careful. And the damn thing still jumped out my pocket. It was like a damn hot potato. Like, seriously, it just jumped into the porta potty at the rodeo. It's raining. They only took cash. Oh, that shit was crazy. Y'all remember that? That wasn't too long ago. It was fun, don't get me wrong, but I didn't stay long because it was raining. And it wasn't even calling for rain that night, if I'm not mistaken. And then I dropped my toilet in the porta potty. I will say that it's clearly waterproof because when I was done, you know, getting it out of the toilet, I washed it with soap and water, and then it works fine. That's the phone I'm filming on now. So I don't know if that style of iPhone is like waterproof, but seems so. I ain't complaining. I'll tell you what. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, are you kidding me? I was grateful when I had to put my hand down there that there was no solids. It was like this much blue water at the bottom of the porta potty. So they had just cleaned them out. Thank God. But it don't make it no better, homie. It don't make it no better. No better. I'll see how pretty this is. I think them eggs made me feel a little bit better. I need to get some more food, though. They got grills and stuff here. You can just pull up. How cool would it be to, like, grill out here in the winter even? Because you got a fireplace over here. So you can, like, literally bring some firewood. There is firewood right there. Somebody was already making a fire. You can damn make you a fire over here and chill with your homies. Bring you some lawn chairs in the winter. Grill out. I seriously, I would be over here even in the winter. Like on days where it's like 55 degrees. Yeah, meet me at the park. I got the hot dogs. Like, you know, like this is so cool. It's beautiful. Look how the rafters. Yeah, this would be a cute place to have a wedding, in my opinion. If you're trying to do it like affordable, like, oh, you got a new car seat. Sorry it took me so long. We can't tell nobody that you was riding around with no car seat, okay? That's our secret. God. You in diapers and no car seat. I'm going to jail. Straight to jail. Don't you tell on me now. Oh, as I should, if that were the case. As I should, if that were the case. There was an influencer that killed her kid a couple weeks ago. She didn't have him strapped in. Don't get me started. She should be in jail. Don't get me started. I know she's a grieving mother. She's a damn dumbass, too, who ought to be damn facing prosecution for accidentally murdering her baby boy. He was ejected out of the car, if I'm not mistaken. We talked about it when it happened, and I was so pissed off about it, I couldn't do nothing but insult the woman, because I don't understand. I don't understand why she's not behind bars, just like Jennifer Soto. But then you got mothers like me that has never even spanked her child get framed for freaking abuse and her child stolen. It's like, what is going on out here? Speaking of which, there was another girl. Oh, God, I got to talk about that because I do. Did y'all see that 10-year-old girl's body that they found? She was missing her flipping toe. First of all, she was missing her toenails. So these people tortured this baby to death, y'all. I'm not joking. The case is horrendous. I mean, it's absolutely horrifying what they did to this child. They had 12 different CPS visits, and they led nowhere. And then this child goes missing. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm falling. It's okay. I'm good. It's okay. Ow. I did. I fell. It's okay. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you. I hope you have a great day, Dar Daddy. Oh, God. Be safe out there, especially if you're anywhere near this rain. I don't know why I got this charger out. I don't even need it. So first of all, this is Rebecca and her two siblings. So this was Rebecca and her two siblings. I'm so sorry about the resolution, y'all. Y'all have probably seen this. This case is absolutely horrible. So Richard Baptiste, it appears, was her father from my basic. His girlfriend, Anicia Woods, they're both been charged with first-degree murder and child abuse in connection with Rebecca Baptiste's death after she was tortured and abused. It is so much worse than that. It is so much worse than that. The bruising on her body was consistent with weeks and months of beatings. They were in different stages of healing. Her body was covered in wounds and bruises. They had been beating on her for so long that she had different stages of bruising from weeks apart. For instance, she'd have a bruise down here that they could tell was in just starting to heal. She'd have a bruise here that they could tell had been there for weeks. She'd have another bruise here they could tell had been there for days. It tells a story about the line of abuse and when the abuse was taking place. This child was not only, she was tortured, she was tortured in her father's home with his girlfriend. And then they find this poor baby's body, missing her toenails, for God's sakes. Oh, it makes me sick, y'all. Like, I'm literally shaking. It really makes me sick. It really bothers me that children like this slip through the crack, and then children such as mine are re-victimized by the system or victimized by the system. The abuse was over a long period of time. This child was subjected to horrendous conditions, neglect, abuse. The autopsy says indicating both acute and some very recent significant injuries that she sustained, subdural hematomas, bruising up and down her entire body. Her entire body was a bruise. Missing toenails. And then they could also see that there was neglect from long-term care. Not only, the first thing that stuck out to me is that she looks like a 6-year-old child. Does this look like a 10-year-old to you? You see how tiny she is? You see how tiny that baby is? That don't look like no 10-year-old to me. Call me crazy. It might be an old picture. I don't know. That don't look like a 10-year-old to me. And if this is in fact a recent picture, then this picture confirms neglect, because she is underweight, under height. Makes me so sick. So it looks like Rebecca's school had actually contacted the Department of Family Services over 12 times, and all of those, I guess, meetings with CPS went nowhere. The CPS left these children in the custody of the Baptiste. I mean, she was absolutely, y'all, look how happy she looked. Like, and then to know what she was going through at home, and she still went and was smiling. I'm telling you. Makes me sick. Her own father. I mean, look at this. It's absolutely crazy. Rebecca Baptiste. I'm going to pee in a minute. I want to get through. Rebecca Baptiste. Rebecca Baptiste. Rebecca Baptiste. I'm sick of having phones that don't work. What do I pay for? I gotta use the bathroom. You gotta come with me. You'll get kidnapped. There it goes. Sorry. So it looks like she tried to. Girl tried to escape before she was killed by her father and his girlfriend. Hold on. Thank you, Miss GT500. I bet you money that new girlfriend he had was jealous of his dog. Crazy bitch. Why is that still flushing? God, I think it's possessed. Yeah, I bet you that woman was jealous of that man and his relationship with his daughter. I bet you money that is what led to this. That crazy ass girl he was dating. And you can't say she ain't crazy. She helped him murder his daughter. That's top level crazy, honey. Top level. Yeah, hold on 1 second. I want to see. So this released 6 days ago. My cell phone service don't work. Let me just get ready to bike, and I'm going to get that to come up. Oh, can you pull on my sleeve, please? I thought that it's getting hot. I thought that I wouldn't need this shirt, but it's getting hot. I don't understand. All that'll play is movies. No, I want to watch. I need to look at an article. Death. My phone's not working. They never work. I don't understand. I don't know how that one's working, honestly. Here we go. It's coming up, finally. So it says 10-year-old girl dies after she was tortured by her father and his longtime girlfriend. This is out, I think, Holbrook, Arizona. Holbrook, Arizona. A 10-year-old girl has passed away after she was tortured by her father and his longtime girlfriend. Rebecca Baptiste was found with several injuries. It's past several injuries. This child was destroyed. I really hate the media and the way that they downplay these types of violent actions. And also sex crimes. They always downplay sex crimes and these types of... It's beyond that. She was found unresponsive on July 27th. She died 3 days later. Prosecutors said they have extensive documentation from doctors detailing the abuse. They say that Rebecca was malnourished, dehydrated. What did I say? I didn't even read that yet and I already knew that. Like, you can look at her and see that she is not where she's supposed to be at for her age. Malnourished, dehydrated, with one doctor using the word that she was tortured to describe what happened to her. The uncle of Rebecca blames this on a broken system. Hold on 1 second. Listen to this. She was black and blue from her head to her toe. She had 2 black eyes, and they're thinking that this was the cause of death because of a hemorrhage. During the court hearing, oh my God, wait till you see these 2 unwell sons of bitches. These people... This is why we have the death penalty. What I'm about to show you, both of these individuals need to be killed. This is why we have the death penalty. They ripped that baby's toenails out. Do you hear me? Who thinks that either one of them are stable, sane, rational, mentally well? The literal definition of see something, say something. And you know who did? You know who did? Rebecca. She said something 12 times to social services and they did not help her. 12 different reports from Rebecca's mouth to teachers, educators. They contacted Department of Social Services. Social Services come out, did an investigation. And then they left Rebecca with those people. 12 different times. And as you can see, both of those suspects look clearly unwell. Don't take rocket science to be able to recognize that both of these people did not need custody of children. They don't respect themselves. Look at them. They're disgusting. She was black and blue from head to toe. She had 2 black eyes, and they're thinking that her cause of death was a hemorrhage. During the court hearing on Monday morning, last Monday, prosecutors said that Rebecca was missing her toenails, had bruises all over her body, and had been starved. Rebecca's father, Richard Baptiste, that sorry sack of shit. God, that looks like a mortuary photo. He looks dead. Seriously. He was charged with first-degree murder. Why? Let me just tell you, why do I have the feeling that this unhappy, bitter bitch had it out for this man's child because she was jealous of his child? Why do I just have this feeling that prior to him meeting this crazy psycho fat heifer, that his and his daughter's relationship was probably pretty normal up until when he met this bitch? Why do I have this feeling? Why do I have this feeling? They were not married. This was simply his girlfriend who he had a recent relationship with. I find it interesting that it seems the timeline that this got bad around the same time. I want to see if they have anything in here about their relationship, how long they've been together, how many years he was with. Anicia Woods is her name. She's also been charged with first-degree murder. Authorities amended to their indictment, charging the couple with child abuse for how they treated Rebecca's 2 younger brothers. So it was Rebecca, and then it was her 2 younger siblings. They're both being held on a $1 million bond, and the 2 children are now in DCS custody. I wonder how long these people have been together. Well, the 2 boys are hers. So they've been together for a significant period of time because those 2 twin boys are from Baptiste and the woman. And I think they're 2-3 years old. So they've clearly been together, not as long as Rebecca was alive, 10 years, but somewhere in between Rebecca being born and those twins being born, they got together. And in that time from them meeting and Rebecca dying, she made 12 different reports. Educators, her teachers, they knew this child was being abused and they reported it. They did their job. They did what they were supposed to do. And DCS did not do their job because they're not out here trying to help people. In my opinion, they didn't help me. They didn't help my daughter. They didn't help Rebecca. How many children have to fall through the cracks and lose their lives? And these in my opinion, these are the worst crimes. Children are innocent. They don't have the same free will as we do. It's different. They look to us for guidance, love, the things that they need, okay? It's just evil. It breaks my heart. It really does. It bothers me. I hope both of these people are fried. I hope they're both put on death row. I don't need it to take a week. We can actually sentence them one day and then kill them the next. I would be perfectly fine with that. And I promise you, if we start using that death penalty, these problems will start to disappear. Maybe not. Mental health will still be a problem and people are sick, but it would be a deterrent. I mean, it's absolute. I really wonder how a man, I'm telling you guys, I've got to read on it, and it's going to come out that woman was highly jealous of that child. In my opinion, we'll see. I'll be back. Full circle moment. I'll be like, I told you so. I knew it. I already got him pinned. You know how evil you have to be? I mean, it's funny because I dated a guy once that had kids. He had 2 children, an older girl and a younger boy. Wonderful kids. And much better youngins than I ever was. Do you hear me? They was on a whole different level. Um, Yeah, he told me one time that he dated a girl before he dated me. And he said that she would get extremely jealous of his daughter. And like she would get jealous of his time with his kids. And he had half custody. Like he had a custody agreement where he had 50-50, but they would switch weeks and days. And apparently this girl would get pissed about it. And like, it's like, girl, like, do you, let me just tell something to men out there. Okay. Word of advice to men. If you start dating a girl and you have children and you notice that this girl is getting out of pocket over your children, getting jealous over your children, reprimanding your children over nothing, trying to boss your children around, trying to push her weight around, yeah, you need to show that girl the door. Anyone that's jealous of your relationship with your children is a highly insecure person, and that that also makes them a highly dangerous person. They're not secure. They have no identity. They're not going to care about messing up your life when the fits hits the shan. Do you get what I'm saying? Anyone that's jealous of your children, this goes for women too. Anyone that's jealous of your children, that is a huge red flag. When you meet someone and you know they have children, you should go into that relationship with the intention of accommodating their life due to the fact that they have children. Those children should come first before you guys' relationship. You know? And then maybe if you get married, that dynamic might shift a little bit. But it's crazy to me how many people, I've met other people, they said, oh, I married a new girl. You know, I used to work in a strip club, so I heard these stories all the time. I married a new woman 2 years ago, and she absolutely hates my teenage daughter. They're always fighting, and da-da-da-da-da-da. Sounds like you got a wife problem. I mean, I'm not saying your daughter's innocent, but what I am saying is your daughter is your blood. And if that woman's acting crazy over your blood, that woman's just straight up crazy, sir. She's straight up crazy. She's just looking for a problem. You know, I mean, that sounds like some narcissist stuff. I don't want you to spend time with your kids. You got to spend all your time with me. Or, you know, yeah. Red flag. Run. Where's my headphones? Run. Because that is a highly insecure person. And with them insecurities come pettiness. Yeah. And like I said, if you start dating somebody that has kids, when it comes time to meet those kids, it's your responsibility to kind of not be, I don't know, to not be jealous of their kids. God, I don't know. It's your responsibility to like help with those kids. If you're interested in a partner that has kids and you're trying to build a life with them, then you need to be an active participant as much as possible, as much as the children are comfortable with. And it's a slow process, you know. But like, for instance, when I started dating somebody that had kids, I don't think I met his kids for like maybe a few weeks or months. It was a few weeks or a month approximately. We slow paced into that, and but mainly because I was uncomfortable because of how I've been marked by society. So we slow paced into that, and then I think we were together maybe 18, 20 months, something like that. And before the end of our relationship, you know, the kids were comfortable. I would cook for them. I'd wash people's laundry, like, but it was a slow entrance into that relationship and that family dynamic. It was slow. I remember when we first started dating, I didn't want to like jump up and wash dishes or grab laundry, but I noticed that it needed to be done. And so I would like ask, like, hey, do you mind if I do the laundry around here? Like, who's going to say no to that? Who's going to say no? Don't. Yeah. So it was, I don't know. I guess that, communication about these things are imperative when dating somebody with children, and a slow introduction to things, and things kind of, we never really talked about our responsibilities in the relationship, but it kind of just meshed together, and we made things work, our relationship work. And I always loved when his kids were over, and he knew that, and he would tell me all the time, like, thank you for all you do and stuff like that. And he's like, nobody's behaved like this before. Well, there's the flip side, buddy. I'm absolutely batshit crazy, so just give it a few months. At least I'm honest. So anyways, it just we meshed together. And he would tell me, like, oh, I dated this girl that was jealous of my kids, and she was absolutely psycho. She would get so upset when I would talk to my daughter on the phone and text my kids, and that is not normal. That sounds like a complete narcissist who wants to control your time and energy with your kids. That's dangerous. That's toxic. That's not normal. But I think anybody that's going to date somebody that has kids, or if you have kids and you're dating somebody, it's your responsibility as a new partner or an interested partner to be accommodating to the whole family. That includes the kids. You need to be an active participant around those children. My dad was my stepdad, and he raised me, and he was never an active participant. My mom got with him, and he was just a lump on a log for the 20 years that they were married. He literally just sat on the couch all the time. Never played baseball, never took us to do anything fun, was always in a bad mood, absolutely just incited fear into the whole family. He was not an active partner or participant in raising the children that he married my mother to raise. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. If you're going to sign up for that, you need to be ready for that. You don't just date somebody and ignore their damn kids. That makes you a sack of shit. I don't care if they do have another daddy across town. That's your responsibility when you're screwing their mother. It's tit for tat, give and get. You get to fuck the mama. Now go play baseball with them. Is it that hard to try? My father sat in that house for 20 years and didn't do shit but complain and work. Thank you, Daddy, for working. Never bought me shit. Not once. Actually, he did. One time he bought me a necklace at the mountains. It was a St. Christopher Catholic pendant. Anyways, you get what I'm saying. And I'm being comical, but I'm being facetious, but I'm also kind of being for real. Like, damn, you can't even go pick him up from school. He ain't my kid. Oh, well, this ain't your, and this ain't your house either. So go pack your shit and get out, please. Can't even go damn pick the kid up from school. But you love me. I guess what I'm saying is when you date somebody that has kids, you got to love them kids too. And if you don't, you're a piece of shit. Simple as that. If you sign up to date a single mom or a single dad, it's your responsibility to be accommodating to those kids and love those kids just like you do their father or mother. That's how I feel about that today, okay? That's how I feel about that. And let me tell you something. That relationship, we were two different people. He's a good guy, great father. But we were headed down two different paths. And I'm glad that relationship happened because it gave me an inside view to a little bit of normalcy. They're a very normal family. What is normal? But no drugs, no drinking, stability, honor grade. Both of the kids made honors, played sports, completely different upbringing than what I had. Complete utter opposite of what I had. And so it was a great experience for me. And I think that it was a healthy experience for me. It gave me an inside view into a family that wasn't dysfunctional. Everybody has their problems, but this family was not dysfunctional on any grounds like other families that I've been exposed to. Like they had their little teenage squabbles or a bad day at school or, maybe stress about something, but there was no abuse, no drug use. There was stability. The family communicated. That was actually a huge one for me. The way that my ex spoke to his daughter was just eye-opening for me. I don't think that I had really observed a father being a father before. So, it's crazy how we grow up under such traumatic, toxic environments. We think it's really normal, and then we get around people that don't function like that, and we're like, what is going on? Your family really act like they love you. Like, seriously. Your family loves you and everything. They don't smack you around. They don't call you a worthless piece of shit. Like, it's shocking. It's like, wow, you got a great family. All y'all nice and happy and still have problems. But the communication and the way that they handle those problems are completely separate than the way my family handled them. And I think that that's the difference. That communication and the realization of the problem and then working as a unit to fix it. It's imperative. Families that just shove all the problems under the rug, that's the way my family was. And look at all the family secrets I'm still discovering. I think we're going to have a real good time with that DNA test that I'm going to get. I'm going to get it for my birthday. I don't know. I don't have any living relatives other than my siblings who are my brothers, and they're out of state. So pretty much everybody's gone. I'd like to be able to find more about my history, where I come from, and potentially family. I know I have other brothers and sisters. I just don't know where they're at. I think I have one sister. And I swear to God, if I have a sister, I will literally die. I can't wait. I hope I do. I've always wanted a sister. Maybe I can get my sister's social skills up to par. Because God knows I ain't got no girl skills, okay? I want to be a girl's girl, but girls are mean and petty and bitter. And they like to gossip. That's all they like to do. They just want to gossip and... I'm joking. I'm generalizing. This is why people hate me. I'm thinking about girls in high school. You remember them girls, right? Evil little heifers. But for real, I want to be a girl's girl. Hey, Eric. Damn, I'm so sorry about that, Eric. That's horrible. Imagine sitting here telling people that if they date somebody with kids, then they have a responsibility to care about them kids just as much as they do about the partner that they're dating. And somebody saying, she has no empathy. She's a narcissist with no empathy. That's what somebody said as I'm sitting here telling people to love other people. It's so comical. Okay, let's go. We're going to get lunch. I don't think a lot of people know what empathy means that be coming in my comment section. Do you know what that word means? I don't think some of y'all do. Yeah, I'm just laughing at people now because you got to. I probably should have done that last year, but baby steps. People are wilding out here, y'all. They really be wilding. That poor little girl. I'm telling y'all, those twin boys in the photos, they're of mixed race. And that woman, Alicia, yeah. So Rebecca Baptiste, father's girlfriend, she's African American, and then he's white. And they got 2 twin boys that are half black. So those are their kids more than likely. And they look to be about 2-3 years old. So I bet you that means that poor Rebecca has been getting abused for a long time. A long, long time. I mean, I'm just here to tell you that the chances of him enticing his new girlfriend to abuse his daughter is much less likely than his new girlfriend enticing him to abuse it, psychologically speaking. Where's Park Ranger? Hey. My sweatshirt. Look how nice this park is and big. It's beautiful. The lakes. Ew, I'm out of breath already. I ain't been working out. Yeah, I do. But anyone name dropping gets blocked. Yeah. You know what's crazy? It's okay for me to say my location, but you ain't gonna come over here and say my location to try to hurt me. Bye, bitch. Damn. People are crazy. That's them games that so many losers like. So I'm gonna walk this hill and then I'm gonna get on the bike. I haven't worked out this morning, so I'm trying to just get myself going. I need a hair bow, I think. My hair is getting crazy from the humidity. That's good enough. Lord have mercy. Oh, and then this is telling me 20%. Ugh. Of course. That phone's gonna die. It's okay, I'll switch over in a minute. Ugh. Oh, the goose poop. Everywhere. Oh, there's a trail there. I'm glad I got my little phone thing fixed half-ass. It's kind of crazy to me how they don't make... You'd think there's a company out there, it's something for bicycles that was worth a darn, where you can like film yourself or something, a pole that has a phone on it or something, I don't know. God, I think I've been smoking too much, y'all. Oh my God, y'all know what I watched last night? This is so cheesy. Do y'all know Jamie Lee Curtis? She's got a new movie coming out. Well, it's not new. It's a prequel to, or a sequel to Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan. First of all, I wish I had Lindsay Lohan's doctor. She looks phenomenal. Talking about the comeback is always greater than the setback. Lindsay Lohan. Hello. So, Jamie Lee Curtis had this documentary that I watched last night. It talks about her career. So, she actually was set to go off to college, and she went to audition for Friday the 13th or Halloween, one of those horror movies. And she said she got into the interview or the casting, and she says, "Can you let me know as soon as possible if I didn't get the part, because I'm supposed to be going off to college like in 2 weeks, and I need to make arrangements for college." The casting director called her the next day and hired her, so she never went to college, right? So she had an awesome career. Her parents, actually, Jamie Lee Curtis, is technically a Nepo baby. However, she tried to distance herself from her parents' career and make her own name, and she actually did that. I didn't even know till I watched the documentary who her parents were. So, she also had a problem with alcoholism, become an alcoholic at one point. She also got addicted to painkillers, opiates, synthetic heroin. Yeah, I learned so much about her. She gave like $10 million away to a donation for a fund. She has her own fund, I think. She does a lot of charity. She seems like, I don't think I've ever seen her in an interview. She seems like such a good person. Definitely a Kamala supporter, but I do think deep down she has had tremendous struggle and fight. She even said that after she had her children, you know, she's the Activia commercial woman, you know, the poop yogurt. That's what she called it. And she said she took all of those simple, minor commercial roles because it was imperative for her to be home with her children. And then when she started talking about this, she almost cried because she said she felt guilty and ashamed about the time away from her children while working. Oh, broke my heart. So she didn't take on bigger roles because she didn't want to have to leave her children. When she does those commercials, it's easier to tape. They can make a better schedule. They're more lenient to scheduling. And so that's why she ended up becoming kind of the commercial. I mean, she's on everything. I see her on Activia, football commercials. I've seen her on pill commercials, feet commercials. It's like, Jesus Christ, Jamie Lee Curtis is like the spokeswoman of everybody. But she said that the reason she took all those commercials was to be at home with her kids. You know, most people coming from showbiz, they're trying to leave their legacy behind. They're trying to build a name for themselves, be famous, get a star, you know, on Hollywood. Jamie looked at this as a means to an end of reliable income, significant income. And she used it like a job. She didn't really care about getting famous. It's, you know, it's kind of ironic because she's very famous. She's had great roles, great movies. She was absolutely beautiful when she was, I mean, she's still beautiful now, don't get me wrong, especially for her age. But when she was younger, yeah, girl next door, beautiful girl, when she played in the horror movies and stuff. It was interesting because she said that she doesn't even like horror flicks. She's like, yeah, I don't like horror movies. They're like, what? She's like, I don't watch them. I found that interesting. Yeah, she seems like a really, really, really good woman who's had major struggles and knows the meaning of happiness. And, you know, yeah, she has it all figured out. And I did not know anything about her. Freaky Friday 2, is that the new one with Lindsay Lohan? I think that's it. I'm excited. I want to see that because how are they going to mess that up? Hell, they messed up Lilo and Stitch and The Little Mermaid and Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. But this is not Disney, so maybe they'll stick to that original. I mean, clearly they are. They got Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay. So I'm excited to see it. Do y'all remember the first one? It was so good. That came out when I think I was like in high school, maybe middle school. Love that movie. Love that movie. Yeah, everything she wears in the first one is such 2000s culture and style. Yeah, if you want some early 2000s inspo outfits, go watch the first Freaky Friday. A lot of 2000s clothing in there. Lots of layers and belts and weird ass hats and beanies. Scarves. Like, what the hell are we doing? We wear tank tops with a scarf. Tank top, 3 tank tops, a pair of damn capri pants with a big old belt and a scarf. And platform shoes. Tell me I'm lying. Listen, do I need to go find that outfit at Goodwill just to show you what the hell I'm talking about? Tell me I'm lying. Oh, God. Ankles and shoulders be showing. Ankles and shoulders be showing. The neck ain't, though, because we got a damn skull scarf wrapped around it. Oh, man. A hot pink skull scarf. Probably goddamn. It's probably bedazzled, too. Oh, it's funny. I do not miss 2000 style. I'm sorry. It was just so, it was like Jersey Shore every day, the bumped hair. Like, I have photos. I need to get those and show you guys. It will blow your mind. Little gothic emo Brooke, little hippie Brooke. I went through the same phases as everybody. I think most of us go through phases, right? All but the normal kids with like loving parents and shit that go to prestigious college. They don't go through fucking phases. Oh, God. It's so true, though. When's the last time you seen some preppy kid go through a damn emo phase? It don't really happen. It's kind of interesting. I wonder why that is. Most of us normal folks, we go through stages. A lot of rich folks, they don't. Ow! Yeah. Oh, it's so pretty. My phone's gonna die. It's gonna die. We're out of the park. I'm wondering what we're gonna eat. Oh, I got a place. I heard of that there's this amazing place that I can get a salad at. So we're going to try it for lunch. I'm probably going to have to start over on a different one, but... Oh, that was a baby snake. Yeah, we're going to try it for lunch. My sharp eyebrows. I know. I think we always like that. Sorry, y'all. Side button got hit. Yeah, I think that look is kind of coming back. The thin eyebrows from the 90s. Oh, I like the wreck. Did y'all see that? I did. I like the wreck. I'm going to tell you what. My leg shape has changed in the past 4 weeks. My legs used to be round. Now they like cave in. I mean, they're supposed to. But like, I wish I would have took more before and after pictures. I need to do that. So 5 years from now, I'll look like this. I mean, 5 years from now, I'll have pictures where I look like this. And then my current photos, you know? I wish I would have done that at the start. I have a few videos. I don't even have pictures of me when I was right at like 200 pounds. I might on my other phones. I need to go through that. But like, I have stuff, I think, from me at like 180, 160. And then I started losing weight. Well, it was me losing weight. Progress photos. Yeah, my legs have changed in the past 4 or 5 weeks. The shape is different. It's kind of crazy. I didn't realize this bike was, I mean, I guess it is. You're pushing your weight around. It's a workout. I didn't even cut music on, y'all. That's how out of it I am today. Ah, look how pretty. It's definitely pretty. You can tell a difference, hey. Bicep. I know that your calves too. Ooh, those burn. Burn. This is sodium water. It's thick too. You can see the bubbles. Maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this. I forget to drink sodium when it's not hot. I think that I don't need it. I made that this morning and drank a good quarter of that. Put 3 packets of... I put almost 550, and 550. That's what I put in there. 10 minutes after I drank a portion of that, my lips were not chapped anymore. My dry ass lips perked up. They said, "We alive." I haven't been drinking a lot of sodium because I didn't think I needed it because it hasn't been hot. Well, the lie detector determined that was a lie. Because my lips for 3 days have been cracked and bleeding. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm drinking water. Like, I know I drink caffeine too much, but like, I know how much I can handle. I was like, this don't make sense. And then I drank that this morning, and my lips are now feeling so much better. Probably about 50% better. They actually have moisture in them now. They're not like cracked and bleeding looking. So even though it's 72 degrees, I clearly, just the physical activity, the exertion, I still need to stay on top of that sodium. God, it's so pretty. Some people got real problems. Some people got... I love that new song. I found that. I don't know when I found that. Like last week. I'm addicted. Oh God. Let's see. Let's see if you can see this. Why is it blurry? Oh shit. Thank you, buddy. Ain't you a sweetie sharing that straighty? I wish I had something to put this phone up here. I want it like up here. Ooh. Thank you for being a sweetie. I love that you share the streetie. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above. I'm only human. I'm only human. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Thank you. As you can see, we go pretty fast. I'll be kidding me. I was going way faster than this when I crashed. I did. I hit the ground so hard. I thought the hand of God had dropped me from heaven. Damn this hill. I'm surprised why is my phone working today and it ain't wanted to work all week? I'm about to pass out. Oh, look how pretty. Mountain over there. Yeah, this ain't flat Florida. Oh, that hydrant. Oh. Ah. Oh, I got my heart rate up, y'all. I think I'm about... Oh. Oh, okay. I need a second. I'm about to die. I don't know why it's that humidity. It's 100 degrees because of the humidity. It's on 80. That's why I can't breathe. Okay. I'm about to go in here and get lunch. I can't take you guys in with me because you're going to die. It's a little hot. I'm going to get lunch and we're going to eat, okay? Okie dokie pokey. I hope that y'all have a good afternoon. And I hope that y'all stay out there. Stay safe out there. Absolutely would. Absolutely would. And they still might be decapitated. I don't know. If they're on private property, they deserve to be. I love you guys. And we'll talk in a little while. Y'all be safe. I'm going to get lunch. Gotta get my bike to act right.